is Drift Colorado. If you're watching on video, of course, you can catch this show on the radio all across southern Colorado, but also online, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and more on video. You will see that I am wearing this fancy Drift Colorado t-shirt, and that is because this season, Automotive ADHD supports Drift Colorado. Yes, you need to be involved in Drift Colorado in one way or another, whether you're drifting or not. Look at the cars in my fleet here. Do I have a drift car right now? I don't, but I love what Drift Colorado does, and you can even see on the back of this shirt, hey, whose logo is that? Jim Miller's. Oh, and Automotive ADHD. And Drift Colorado's got a lot of great events coming up, by the way. That they're really exciting, especially if you're tuning in on the radio and maybe you're not as familiar with drift. You got to get out to one of these events just as a spectator, because it is so much fun to spectate drifting. It is really cool. I mean, yes, it's fun to spectate someone doing time attack, kind of, right? Really, when you're talking about grip racing, that is fun if you're the guy doing it. And it's okay if you're a spectator, okay? If you're doing time attack, if you're doing autocross, if you're doing whatever, any like sort of HPD day, high performance driving type of day. Again, that's more fun if you're the driver. Obviously, drifting is presumably more fun if you are the driver, but it is also fantastic if you're a spectator. And the next Drift Colorado event's going to be July 19th and 20th. That's the Round 3 DC Championship in Matsuri, which is at IMI, by the way, the IMI Sports Complex. And then you're going to have to go and check out their calendar. So that's going to be up north. That's going to be past Denver, but they are going to be back at the Pikes Peak International Raceway for my Colorado Springs listeners, September 6th and 7th for the Drift Clinic and Round 4 DC Championship. So, and then they've got a schedule going out through October with some more dates, but those are some ones just to keep on your calendar. Check it out. Be a part of it. Support. When you support local events like this, you're not only supporting the events themselves, the organizers, the people doing it, but you're supporting the racetracks. And I am huge on supporting local racetracks. That is very important to me. That's very near and dear to my heart. You should patronize these local racetracks. You should either, if you're going to race there, that's great. But if not, spectate there. Maybe you got a buddy who's racing. While you're at the track, make sure you buy something from the concessions at the track, the food trucks that show up, the drinks. Do something, because these guys need to stay around. Racetracks are facing more and more increased scrutiny, both from regulators, but also from people in general, people who complain about the noise. And by the way, these racetracks, I've never seen a brand new racetrack, by the way. All of these racetracks, especially here in Colorado, have been around for decades, and yet housing complexes move in towards the racetrack. The racetrack didn't suddenly decide to build the racetrack in the middle of a housing development. No, the racetrack was there, and the housing development builds around the racetrack. And then people who knowingly purchased a house next to a racetrack start to complain about the sound. And then they get on city council, and then city council does stuff. And then ultimately they find a way to shut that racetrack down through legitimate means or sometimes not. And we need to support these racetracks. They need to know that the community is behind them as well. And also, if the communities, the people who did knowingly purchase a house next to a racetrack, if they see yes, it might be noisy, but maybe they see a positive community impact from it, not a negative one. Maybe they see the way it brings business into town. Maybe they see the way that families come in and enjoy family-friendly events, all sharing a love for cars and racing and the benefits to this. Then we are slowly but surely, it's not a win-all solution, but it is an important part to the culture war that is coming for our racetrack. So anyway, that's a soapbox if I've ever heard one there, but you should get out there, support Drift Colorado, support any of the events at your local racetrack.